Welcome to the Explainer. For decades, the financial mission was pretty simple, right? Save, save, and save some more for retirement. But what happens when you actually cross that finish line and those regular paychecks just stop? Well, today we're going to talk about exactly that, how to turn that nest egg you've worked so hard for into a reliable income stream that's going to last you for the rest of your life. So here's the big question we're all facing. You've spent your entire career building up this amazing resource. But now, how do you flip the switch? How do you make that pile of savings start working for you, turning it into a steady, dependable paycheck that lets you live the life you've always wanted? It's a massive shift in thinking, and we're here to break it all down. All right, let's dive right in. The second you retire, you're starting a totally new financial chapter. You're officially moving from what the experts call the accumulation phase, that's the building it up part, to the distribution phase. It's a whole new ballgame, shifting from just saving to strategically spending. And let me tell you, your entire relationship with money changes like overnight. The goal isn't just to watch that account balance go up anymore. Now it's all about creating a system, a reliable income stream that you can absolutely count on year after year without that nagging fear of it ever running out. Now, the good news is you've got options, lots of them. But to keep things from getting overwhelming, we can really boil down the major choices into 4 main paths you can take on your retirement journey. Think of it like a trail map. Each route has its own scenery, its own perks, and its own challenges. Let's take a look. So here's the roadmap for today. We're going to explore 4 big strategies. First, staying put in your current plan. Second, taking control by rolling your money over. Third, guaranteeing your income. And finally, number 4, playing the tax game. Ready to get into it? Let's go. First up, we've got the stay put path. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's the simplest option by far. You just leave your money right where it is in your old employer's 401k. Now, the pros are obvious. It's super easy, and if your old plan has low fees, it can be a great choice. But there's a trade-off. You're stuck with their limited investment menu, and you'll have to start taking what are called required minimum distributions, or RMDs, which means the government forces you to take money out and pay taxes on it, whether you actually need it or not. Okay, before we jump to the next path, let's get a key term straight: the IRA rollover. All this means is you're moving your retirement savings from your old company's plan into an account that you completely control, an individual retirement account. This one move, honestly, opens up a whole world of possibilities. And that move leads us straight to our second path: take control. When you roll your funds into an IRA, you basically become the captain of your own ship. You get a massive menu of investment options: stocks, bonds, ETFs, pretty much anything you can think of. It's also the perfect way to bring all those old 401ks from previous jobs into one clean, easy-to-manage place. The only things to keep an eye on are potential fees and making sure you're not giving up any special legal protections you might have had in your old plan. All right, let's talk about a word that sometimes trips people up: an annuity. But let's demystify it right now. An annuity is really just a contract with an insurance company. You give them a chunk of your savings, and in return, they contractually guarantee to pay you a steady income for the rest of your life. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is this: it's how you create your own personal pension. This idea leads us to our third path: guaranteed income. This route is all about one thing: security. By moving some funds into an annuity, you get a paycheck you literally cannot outlive, and that money is protected from the wild swings of the stock market. Now, the trade-off is liquidity. Your money isn't as easy to get to in the short term, and there can be fees for all those guarantees. So it's really a choice of security over total flexibility. Our final path is a really strategic move that's all about taxes. It's called a Roth conversion. The idea is simple, but wow, is it powerful. You take money from a traditional pre-tax account, like your 401k, and you move it into a Roth IRA. So what's the catch? Well, you have to pay the income taxes on that money today, in the year you move it. But here's the huge payoff. That money can then grow and be taken out in retirement 100% tax-free. So this tax gain path is really for the forward thinkers. The upsides are massive. Completely tax-free income in retirement and no RMDs forcing you to take money out. But the downside is just as big: a potentially hefty tax bill right now. So why on earth would you do it? It usually makes sense if you think your tax rate is going to be higher in the future than it is today. It's a classic case of a little short-term pain for a lot of long-term gain. And hey, here's a little pro tip for you. you can actually combine the last two paths we talked about. It's possible to purchase an annuity inside of a Roth IRA. What does that get you? A stream of income that is both guaranteed for life and completely tax-free. I mean, that's a seriously powerful combination of security and tax savings. Whew, okay. We've laid out the four main routes. So now the big question is, how do you know which one's for you? The thing is, it's not about which path is the best one. It's about which path best lines up with your personal goals, your comfort level with risk, and what you really want your retirement to look like. Let's find your personal compass. So let's start with a really simple question. Think about your old 401k. Are you pretty happy with it? With the fees, the investments, how it's done over the years? Do you kind of prefer a hands-off, set it and forget it kind of approach? If you're nodding your head yes, then that stay-put path might be a fantastic fit. It's the path of least resistance for sure, and it can be really effective if you don't want the hassle of a big change and you're already in a solid, low-cost plan. Simple as that. All right, next question for you. Are you the kind of person who really wants to be in the driver's seat? Do you want to build your own custom portfolio from a nearly endless list of options? Or maybe you've got a few old retirement accounts just floating around that you'd love to finally bring under one roof? If that sounds like you, then the take control path, using an IRA rollover, is almost certainly your answer. This is for the retiree who craves that ultimate flexibility and wants to personally call the shots on how their money is managed. Okay, let's get right to the heart of one of the biggest fears in retirement. When you look ahead, what keeps you up at night more? The thought of missing out on a market boom or the thought of running out of money? Is having a guaranteed, predictable paycheck to cover the bills the most important thing to you, above all else? For anyone who just said yes to that, the guaranteed income path was practically designed for you. It directly tackles that fear of outliving your money by creating that secure pension-like income. It covers your core expenses, and it just gives you an incredible peace of mind. Now, this is where things get really interesting and really powerful. You have to understand that these paths are not mutually exclusive. In fact, for a lot of people, the absolute best strategy isn't picking just one. It's about blending them together to create a solution that's totally customized for you. Think about it like this. You could put a portion of your money into an annuity to create a guaranteed income floor to cover your mortgage, your food, all your essential bills. Then you could keep another chunk in an IRA for growth potential and flexibility. And maybe you have another slice in a Roth for those tax-free withdrawals when you need them. See? You're using each tool for what it does best. At the end of the day, this hybrid approach can really give you the best of all worlds. You get to balance that need for security with the desire for growth. You're diversifying not just where your money is, but how it's taxed. It lowers your overall risk and just gives you maximum flexibility to handle whatever life and your retirement decides to throw at you. Look, you've spent your entire life building this nest egg. The hard part, the saving part, is done. The new question, and I think it's a much more exciting and empowering one, is this. What kind of paycheck are you going to design for yourself? Will it be simple, flexible, guaranteed, or maybe a smart combination of all three? The choice is now yours to make.